Hello and welcome back. It's Milana here. Today's gonna be another dupe video of one of my all-time favorite products, the Beauty Blender. Yes, it's expensive, 20 bucks for a sponge, so I found a cheaper alternative, and this is this Challenger Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. So here we have a $20 sponge versus a $6 sponge. I'm gonna run them both head to head in some fabulous tests of mine, and then at the end, you might be shocked with the results. Keep on watching. Or not, whatever. Before we do any tests, I'm gonna go dampen my sponges. You wanna do this because if you use them dry, they're gonna soak up a lot of the product and it's not gonna blend as well. Make sure you wring out all of that water. You just wanna get them dampened. Oh man, it's going all the way down. Got my jeans wet. For the glass test, I'm gonna take one pump for each blender or sponge because it's a small surface area. And I'm taking the Dior Forever Skin Foundation. This is medium to full coverage. I'm going to start with the Beauty Blender. I'm taking one full pump of foundation. Just apply it to that bottom portion of the blender. And we're going to start with the bounce test. Next, going with the Real Techniques sponge. I'm going to take the same amount of foundation and do exact amount of bounces. Starting with the Beauty Blender side, you can definitely see it has a lot more texture compared to the Real Techniques side. With the Beauty Blender, you guys can see that it definitely had a better finish. I think in my opinion is because the surface area is more round, so it had a better time achieving that smooth finish. As with the Real Techniques, I did the flat surface area, so I think that's why it didn't do as good of a job achieving that smooth, even finish. Now looking at the coverage, it appears that this side for the Beauty Blender has a little bit more coverage rather than the Real Techniques. The next test is going to be a swipe test. I know it's a little bit different, especially for sponges or the Beauty Blender, because you don't really swipe it on there. But I saw both girls, Nick and Sam, the creators of Real Techniques, the Pixie on YouTube, and they use the flat surface area to swipe on that foundation to give a little bit less coverage to the face where you don't want to cake on that foundation. So I figured I just want to see what it looks like on both sponges and see if actually there is a difference. As you guys can see, both texture and finish on both sponges is very similar, but the coverage on the Beauty Blender side is a little bit more versus the Real Techniques side. I just think, in my opinion, it's because it has a rounded surface area versus the flat. So let's move on to the face, and I'm done with this. I want to see how many times I have to do this until I break it. I think it's a challenge. First, I'm going to go with the swipe test. This one's definitely moving the product around and it's definitely giving it more coverage versus than this one. It's literally like swiping the foundation off. Interesting. Because I want more coverage, I'm going to go back in and bounce the foundation on. This is definitely nice. The flat surface is really nice around the eyes. So starting with both Bobby and Petey, I did name them because they're my little peeps. They have to have names. When I mention these or give you remarks on the face, I know it's hard to see, especially on camera, what's going on right here. So that's why I do a separate glass test where you guys can see on the flat surface area and you guys can see actually what's going on and what they do. But for my remarks, I have to say that they are exactly the same. They have the same texture, finish, and coverage on the face itself. But because Bobby is a little bit cheaper, Petey is a little bit cheaper. Man, I'm so sorry. I forgot your names. Because Petey is cheaper and Bobby is more expensive, I would purchase Petey over Bobby any day just to save some money. So right now I'm basically contouring my face and I want to see which sponge blends out better, I guess. I did have to work Petey a little bit more in the beginning. It was kind of hard to get it to blend versus Bobby where he just went right at it and he picked up a majority of the product and blended it out really quick. But I did have a harder time kind of controlling where to blend because it kind of just all meshed together. Whereas with Petey, it kind of gave me a more precise blending, if that makes any sense. Maybe it's just in my head. Overall, surprisingly, I am feeling Petey a little bit more just because he is cheaper and I feel like he's slightly better. But in the future, I feel like I'm gonna purchase Petey more than Bobby, the Beauty Blender. Let me know if you guys tried any of these or both of them and which one do you like better. Like always, thank you so much for watching this video and spending some time with me and my two peeps. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you liked and enjoyed this video. Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. For now, I'm gonna say goodbye. Love you all, and I'll see you guys very soon.